So let's pray. Father, we give you praise. We say thank you for today. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your love. Thank you that we're back here on this channel to analyze and check the charts. Thank you for previous week's prophets. Thank you that we are going to see, we're ready to see even more profits this week. We say thank you, Lord. We say thank you for the profits that we're about to make today, and we know that you are already going to provide them. We are ready for it. We are ready for the profits that you've already bestowed upon us, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you that this week is going to be one of our greatest weeks that we've ever gotten in the world of trading. It's going to be a great week. We declare it's going to be a great week. We declare it's going to be a week of miracles, signs and wonders, even in trading. Money that we've never touched before is going to be part of us. We give you praise. We love you. In Jesus' name we prayed. Amen. All right, so God first, that's the thing. God first, and then the rest come later. All right, so crash 500 as usual. Crash 500. We start with crash 500. So we saw on crash 500 last week. Friday we never had a session. We stopped on Thursday. Yeah, we wanted a pullback here, then we come in with a buy, and actually it happened. That happened, and then came in to that level, and then from there the sales came in. The sales came in, but not for so long. It came back to just sort of grab liquidity, and then we later saw a break of structure right about there, and then price went all the way up. So I want to first delete these here, delete all this here, and then now let's look at H4. So we got a break of structure on H4, and then we went up again. We sort of got a double top up there, and then we saw something else like a change of character according to H4. If you can see that there, yeah, that is sort of a change of character according to H4. Price has tried to break, price has broken the previous higher low to give us a lower low. So if it is not a change, if it is not a fake change of character, then we will see sales begin anytime from now, from either there or even up there. So for now, according to H4, we need sales. That's what we know. We need sales, but there's a fair value gap in between here. Have we reached the 50%? Yes. So if now, according to H4, if now M15 is ready to sell, we'll be looking for sales immediately. And from what I'm seeing, M15 is ready to sell. It has reacted to this order block on M15. You can see that. And now it's looking for sales. It's looking for sales. We haven't gotten any change of character, but if you're looking at CCI tells you we are overbought. So that means we'll be anticipating sales. There's a fair value gap right here, but also there's another block up there. We can anticipate a pullback there, but we cannot still say it's going to get enough momentum to break this level right here. So this will still be a support level according to M15, meaning price has to break this for us to confirm the sales to continue. So for now, all we need are sales to be confirmed on M15. H4, we've seen that sales are already. If you want, you can enter on H4, but what I told you guys is I don't want to go against my rules right now. So I would enter now, but price is above my 10 MA, so I can't enter sales. Even on M15, price is above my 10 MA, which is not a signal that I need to be entering sales. That's why I cannot enter. So I will only enter if M15 gets below my 10 MA and when it breaks this level, this support level on M15. So until then, no business with this asset. But we've already seen that according to H4 we need sales. Why? Because of this change of character. But this can easily become a fake change of character and continue with buys because price is above our 10 MA. If I go to H1, I clearly see that we sort of have a change of character to the reversal, going back in buys, sort of have a change of character, because this can be taken as a break of structure, but on H4 it wouldn't be one. That would be the change of character on H1 there. So if I go to M30, M30 still needs sales. So yeah, we know that sales should be coming in, but only confirmed on M15. That's when we'll confirm sales. If price breaks this support, I will not even hesitate to enter. I will not hesitate to make my sell entries. I'll be entering sales immediately. All right, enough of crash 500. Let's leave it on M15. Let's go to boom 1000. Good morning, guys. I see people here, even though no one is commenting. Please let us know where you are watching from, streaming from, and let us know if anything, if there are things that you want to see changed on this very channel. So I'll be, responding to each and everyone's comment. Boom 1000. So boom 1000 Friday, Thursday. We were last year Thursday. That was Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday. So we missed that entry. Did we miss it, or we entered that entry? No, we missed it. We missed that entry. That was on Wednesday, I think. Yeah, that was on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, we made some losses because of sniper. First of all, here I was looking for buys on this support area. Yeah, that was on Thursday. Yeah, I was looking buys on this support. So we entered buys. And then it came and broke structure, broke this support, and then when it retested here, I entered sales. It took me out on stop losses, then came directly into sales. So that was a tricky one. I normally put my tight stop losses so that I don't risk much. So that's why I was taken out. So, but now I see where my problem was. I would have put my stop loss up there. So that's why I was taken out, because this would have been a good sell for me. About 2 hours of sales. Actually no, 4 hours of sales. About 5 hours of sales. This was a good one. About 5 hours of sales. I would have gotten some good money right here on this move right here before it started to get back in the buys. So that's how Thursday went, but these are small losses that I can recover anytime, so I'm not worried about them. Yeah, the beauty is, if it doesn't give you what you want, you take your losses that you can afford to recover, than going in for huge losses that you're not prepared for and you can't, that are very even hard for you to recover. So you need to do what? You need to look into that. Alright, so we've seen Thursday, and right now the analysis was to keep praying there, and then retest, break this support and come all the way back here. So we are not seeing this currently, but I told you also this was another move to react there, and then we continue the buys. So it seems it's trying to continue the buys, but we will see about that. So right here we have our support level, then right here in this fair value gap we also have our resistance level. In fact, you may consider this order block not the fair value gap. Why? Because price came to that fair order block, or that this order block to start to see some pullback. So now we have those two levels. If I go to daily, I still need buys. I'm still looking for buys. If I go to H4, I need buys. If I go to H1, I sort of need sells, but I can't enter sales if I have no confirmation on M15 and M5. So all I need is M15 to be ready to sell. Then I will sell this short according to H1, and then I will be coming later with buys, because H4 is looking for buys. This is what we are looking for, buys to take us all the way up there. H4 and daily time frame, they are both looking for buys. All right, so first take this down. Now what am I seeing? Let me delete this one too, this and that, and then bring my trend line right here, have it right there, then bring this one right here. And I have also that. So I have my support and resistance trend lines right here. If I go to H4, this tells me sales are coming. I mean, if I go to H1, this tells me sales are coming. Why? Price has reached that trend line, so we need it to come right here. And now if I go to H1, H1 will be supporting this kind of analysis. Yeah, so all we need is a reversal signal. A reversal signal right about there, and then we come in probably with sales either there. Let's go to M30. I rarely use M30. Yeah, so let's use Fib here. Let's use Fib. Then see. So within, this is our retracement area, but we can wait for. Okay, let's delete this. This always like this. So 38.2. So we can wait for price to reach at least this area here. This area here, go to M30, go to H1. Yeah, it's sort of somehow it has reached it. So what do we do? Now let's wait for a new H4. Let's wait for a new H4. Yeah, let's wait for a new H4 candle, because this H4 is still moving. It can continue with the buys, so let's wait for a new H4 to start. Yeah, let's wait for a new H4 to start. But all we need, we know that we are looking for buys. So if price fails to break this order block to continue with buys, then we are coming in with sales. We know that because price has reached that trend line. All we need is now to come again to touch this other trend line. Why? Because according to daily time frame, we are seeing such a structure. We are seeing such a structure. So that's what we'll be, focusing on. All right. So enough of enough of this. Boom 1000. Let's go to boom 500. Good morning, Judy. How are you? Boom 500. So boom 500. What happened? Let's see. Friday, Thursday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday. We wanted this pullback on Thursday to come to this level. Those who remember, if you missed the analysis on Thursday, please go back to episode 198. 198, you'll be able to see what we talked about on Thursday. So price, that this would have been a good trade right there to reach that TP, but still, as you can see, it kept on playing around. That area. This became our support area. Why that area? It has a fair value gap, but also it was our fib retracement level. So price came back to it, and now it's bouncing off again from that same level. I can delete this now. We are still looking for this, the buy. Even the buy here on Saturday, this would have been a good buy right there, because it had come to same area. You would have probably entered on Friday and then kept holding your trades if you wanted to hit the target all the way up there, but that's not the case now. We see that we are oversold according to H1, coming from oversold level, but then on H4 we are overbought. Something is weird. The H4 and daily time frame are all overbought, meaning sales are coming in. So why are we looking for buys on H1? To just come and try to mitigate the stop losses of the early sellers. Is that right? But then according to M15, we need sales. So this is going to be one of those that you have to just keep waiting, because right here the reason why M15 is looking for sales is because of such level right about there, such level right there. That's why M15 is trying to look for sales. Now these sales can either return to this level, order block, and then continue above, at least to break this conference area, which is sort of like a support, a resistance according to M15 and H1, and probably go all the way up. Let's see, do we have a liquidity level? Yes, we have a fair value gap right here. Probably come all the way up there, grab that liquidity on H4, and then we come in with sales. Both on H4 and on daily time frame. So this is my general anticipation across time frames. According to M15, we see sales, then we later buy according to H1. We reach that fair value gap, grab that liquidity. We can even break it and continue up there to take on the highs here, to take on these highs there, and then later come in with sales. So all is possible. So when it reaches here, you can only wait for price to be below a 10 MF for you to make your sell entries. So apparently that's what I'm going to be looking at. So can I sell on M15? Not really. Can I wait on M5? I think we can wait, but M5 seems to be giving us an entry to sell. Yeah. let's wait for H4 to start, because now the current H4 is about to close. We are waiting for 3 minutes to close. So for now I can't enter, I have to wait. Probably if it gives me such a pullback, then I can enter. But if it breaks this level and goes below my 10 MA, I will automatically enter. Sales to bring me all the way to this order block. All right, so that's it on this asset, boom 500. We can leave it on M15. Let's now head over to V25S. D225 1S. What happened on Thursday? We wanted a pullback there, then we continued sales. Yeah, the pullback happened. Let's go to H1. The pullback happened after giving us a fake breakout here. Pullback happened. Let's see. Yeah, break of structure, break of this level, then came down, and then the pullback happened all the way up there, all the way back to the level that we wanted. So at least this would have been our entry. This was when Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday. It came in late, around what time? The entry, but did we have a perfect entry for it? Probably I would have entered right here, right on this level. So let's look at that. The entry, our entry was at 3 a.m. Saturday in the morning. Yeah, by that time, of course, I don't think I would have made it, and even few of us in Uganda would have, waited for that kind of a move of that kind of setup to come through. And what a setup! Let me show you how this would have been one of its kind. This was a heads and shoulder, an inverted heads and shoulder right there. This is a left shoulder, this is a right shoulder, this is your head, this was your TP, this was your TP right here. This would have been your TP right there, all the way up, so you can see it hit our target. I know it's confusing to see the inverted heads and shoulder right here, but if I go to M30, you will clearly see it. Let's drag this here. You clearly see it. Left shoulder, right shoulder, and this is your head right here. And that would have been your inverted heads and shoulder kind of move. And the TP is your distance from the head to the neckline, and that would have been your target right there. Alright, so enough of all this. Let's now look at today. So remove history. So having reached there, we wanted to see sales, but then we saw the breakout on that resistance level. Breakout there, and then started to sell again. And now as we speak, price is below our 10 MA on H4, but then according to daily, already we need sales. And if you look at daily, that is no break of structure. If you look at that, it's no break of structure. In fact, those who remember, we've been looking for this sell for quite a while. Remember, we wanted to sell to reach this level here, and then somehow it got some weird momentum to go back in the buys. So now I can easily delete everything right here, and even this one right here, I can take it out. Now we know we need sales. Price has just returned back to this breaker block right there. That is what it was looking for. to the return to the breaker block. Remember, this is where we have our change of character from. That's where we have our change of character from, and then pullback confirmation of the change of character, lower low, lower high. Now it's coming for the new lower low, which is likely to be on this order block. So we know that according to daily time frame and according to H4. So can't we enter now the sells? H1 says no, we can't enter yet. Price is below our 10 MA, but you can see where we are, there is a rejection, price rejection from that very level, which is currently our support on H1. So delete this. Now this is H1, so go to M15. Let's talk about M15. M15 clearly shows you that yes, price is above, is looking for buys. So can we make our entries to buy this? I think we can, and I don't have to wait. Price is above my 10 MA, both on M30, H1 and M15. So look for 0.01. Go to M15. New H4 has just started, so I can easily enter this and put my stop loss here. If it comes back, it will take me out. But wait, what is my target? What is my target? What are we looking at? What are we looking at? What are we targeting? I don't see any liquidity that we are trying to target. Why? What is happening? If we are looking for buys, what are we targeting? This is one of those that you don't want to just try to enter. What is this line here? Okay, all right, so take it out, don't need it. Take this out, take that out. So come to H4. A new H4 has started. There is rejection on both sides. Come to H1. So weird kind of momentum, but then there is a support here, so there is rejection. Price can easily go back to where I need, where I can take my profits, because it's likely to move in a with a weird momentum. So I see something here as one of my levels, but then there's another one up there. There's another one up there. Yes, but more so there's another one here. So my first TP is right here. My first TP is gonna be right here. My first TP is going to be here. I'll take my profits here and I move out of the market. I've entered buys. If price reaches this level, I'm out of the market. So in fact, have it here, and move out of the market. All right, so that is a buy. The reason why I've bought is because this is a support and there's price rejection on H1 coming from this support area, and then price is above my 10 MA both on M30, H1 and M15. That's why I have decided to buy, to make my position, to enter my buy positions right here. M5 is also looking for buys, so that's why we had to make that entry. And clearly you can see price had returned back to this order block, valid order block on M5. So that's why the buy is valid right there. All right, so enough of that. Let's now head over to V75. We've made an entry on V25S. Now let's go for V75. So V75 Thursday. Felix says that buy is giving a very low RR. Yeah, it's one of those that you have to move in and move out. Yeah, Yeah, looking at, let's go back to it. Yeah, it's giving a very low risk. I can't wait for it to come back because it can easily find itself continuing. This is my first TP. According to what we've seen on H4, it can easily rise back all the way back to there to try to take those highs before it comes in for the sell, because if you look at H4, this seems to be like a break of structure. As you see that seems to be like a break of structure, but we've seen that according to daily time frame it's not the case. So it means H4 is likely to go up there to try and take that high out, but it's going to fail either here or there, and then we come in with sells. But I've decided to first take my highs because take my profits here, because the momentum is quite low. As you can see, there's a low momentum in the market, so that's why I've decided to take this risky trade and put my stop loss all the way down here. I can choose to put it below this candle, but it's not applicable. That's not applicable for me to do that. So that's why I've decided to make that entry with that 1-to-1. It's a 1-to-1, 1 to 1 point something, not that much. So I'm risking about, let's see, 24. I'm looking at taking 30, so it's a 1 point something, not even a 2. That's why I'm taking it. And if this candle closes, I can adjust my stop loss to either here or even break even. So it will depend on how it closes, but all I know is we are looking for buys, and it's likely to hit my TP here. It can even go to the second TP all the way there. All right, V75. Now V75, we needed sells and we needed a pullback there, then we come in with sells. Look at that, I missed this sell. When was this sell? This sell was on this Saturday. The sell happened, gave us a confirmation of entry on Saturday. Those who remember, on Thursday I have told you about this fake breakout and then pull back to come in with buys to come around there, and then we sell, and the move happened exactly how I anticipated it. You can clearly see it. It came to that order block. You can see this was a fair value gap here, but then I told you it can easily come to that order block, even to this, and you can see it came to that right there. That's where our sell move, a sniper entry, would have started from. But like I told you, I no longer want to make moves where price is above my 10 MA or below, depending on which move I'm looking for. So it means I would have entered when price went below my 10 MA right here, or I would have gone to M15 to look for a better entry. But yeah, this was a move that would have, you know, made money on if we traded on Saturday. That was a good move. Wow, that was a good one. Gave you even this right there. So now we can delete all this. We no longer need all this. This move has already even hit the target, so even this can go. All this, all that, delete now. So come back to H4. Yeah, it came back and tested that order block right here according to H4, right there, and then the buy came in, tested the valid order block, and then the sell started immediately. And now we are sort of reaching the oversold level. Not yet, it hasn't touched it yet, but we are seeing almost touching it. So go to daily time frame. We have a break of structure both on H4 and daily time frame. Yeah, remember we are looking for sales. This is what we are looking for according to weekly time frame. So go back to daily. Price has sort of touched that level. Delete this. we need it to continue now that we are seeing some break of structure. Okay, so delete this. Daily time frame is oversold. It has touched that oversold level. Weekly time frame, it is just beginning to selling. It's just beginning the sell move. So we have a break of structure here. We can wait. We know that sales are still strong, so we have to continue selling. We have to continue selling. This is a break of structure on new H1. Break of structure on H1. Break of structure on H1. But we have in low momentum. This is likely to be one of those trades that I may not trade for a while. This is one of those assets that I may not trade for a while. Okay, so I'm seeing something interesting here on M15. Let me confirm it on M5. So it means I'm likely to be trading only M15 and M5. Yeah, if I'm trading this asset. So all I need is price to fail to break this. If it breaks it, then sales are going to continue. But if it doesn't break it, then we'll be coming in with a buy. It was going to be a short buy to test the break of structure, to test such a level. Why do I have two lines? Okay, one is for H4. So we'll have to go with the other one. Edit this. I'll have to go with that one there. This will be the move there that I'll be looking for according to M15 and M5. So all I need is price to give me an entry on this very rejection level right here. Then I can enter. But if it breaks it, then I'll have no business with this. That if it goes above my 10 MA, immediately I'll be looking for my buys. I can even wait for them on M1. Can even wait for them on M1. But let me be patient. I'll use M5 and M15, and this will be my TP on the breaker block right about there. That's what I'll be waiting for. But if it breaks it, then sales are going to continue, and I can't enter sales. Why? Because the momentum of sales is going to be the very low one. Yeah, I want to anticipate a retest, or for me to enter sales, I can wait for price to give us a lower high, then I anticipate that sell to go looking for a new lower low. So until then, no business with this asset. Leave it on M5. Let's go to jump 50. All right, so jump 50. Start from which one did we enter on? Okay, look at that. I was supposed to make a lot of money on this asset on Thursday. Let's see, Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday. So this move, this buy, I think I gave it to the VIP, or we entered it in no, we entered this buy during the analysis, but it was a tricky one. It first went into a drawdown, you can see, and our stop loss was right here. Was it here or down here? I don't remember even. I don't remember, but it almost took my stop loss. I think I had put my stop loss right here, so it almost took me out. But then came back and we went into profits. But then when it went all the way up there, I dragged my SL into profits to secure some profits. only to just give us a fake retest there and then continue to look at what it did later after taking me out. Took all the way up there to give me like a 1 to 5, to give me about 5 compared to the what I was risking. So it was a good trade, but I was not patient to wait on it to mature. So my bad, that's how I missed to make this good money there. So congrats to those that actually followed it through and made that money on Thursday. So it followed the analysis like we had anticipated. All right, so that was a buy there that we had anticipated. Those who attended episode 198, you should have made that money. All right, so coming now to today, let's look at what we have now. So price kept on rejecting here until it retested back and broke that level right here, and now it has come back to that daily support, resistance right here on those highs. So what are we seeing now? We needed buys, we needed sales from there, and we can see the previous day was a strong one. You can see what it did all the way from here to reach there. Closed still with some good momentum. You can see today started good still, as you can see today started very well with some good buys. So how are we going to trade this? We are not yet oversold, overbought. We have just reached overbought on daily time frame, so we need a confirmation of this on H4. It means we are still buying. Price has to reach here, but then first we are seeing some pullback according to H1, the sell on H1. So I want to delete this now, and this is where we've seen a break of structure, so price can easily come back to it. First go to M15, locate the level that it's likely to react to. I don't see it. All I see is this move right here. Is it going to look for this liquidity? I doubt it will. I doubt it will come all the way back here. It's crazy, but it can actually, according to H1, it can easily come for it. Let's see 50% of it. According to H1, it can easily come for this liquidity and then go back in the buys. So since we've seen that, first go back to H daily time frame. Have this right here, drag this right here. We will look for this move. Okay, this is going to be like this, then this will be like that, according to what we're seeing. According to what we are seeing, this is what I'm going to be anticipating according to H1 and H4. Yeah, according to H1 and H4. So are we going to see this move now? Let's see. H1 is overbought. M15, we have a break of structure, so we need to see a reversal on M15 for us to be able to come in with a sell. So until then, no business here. Jump 50, no business. We need to see sells according to H1, but we need to first see a retest. J25 is one of those that gave us a fake breakout right there. I actually made a loss. It is Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday. Oh, that was on Wednesday, where it gave us a fake breakout and then later went into the buys. I was pissed with that actually. Yeah, but this is trading, so we have to look for a recovery. I actually recovered with gold. Yeah, I remembered. I recovered that loss on J25 with gold. Gold gave us a lot of money. We're going to look at that later. All right, so here we needed this kind of move and then a sell. It happened actually on Thursday. Was this Thursday, Friday, Thursday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday? Yes, pull back there, then a sell. I don't know why I did not enter. I think it came when I was already busy. This kind of a move, yeah, this kind of a move. Look at that, hit our target right there and then started to react and then continue to sell again. So this move and that move happened on Thursday, just like we had anticipated, but this other one to buy from here never happened. So let's look at that. Friday, so take out this and that. So this one never happened. Price actually, oh yes, we were anticipating a heads and shoulder, an inverted heads and shoulder from here, but when it reached here it actually broke and continued and broke structure right about here. So the anticipation for the left shoulder never came through. For the right shoulder never came through. So that's why we couldn't, this move never happened, that buy move never happened. So now we have a break of structure right there. This never came through. Can delete even that. And now break of structure, lower low, lower high. It's trying to, has come, tested, it has come and tested this, actually not even there. It's come for that fair value gap, but then it is still sort of having a sell momentum. Let's go to daily. Yeah, according to daily it's still having a sell momentum. So come to H4, come to H1, and H1 is also still looking for sells. So it is still selling. So now that tells me that it's gonna come for this order block right there. Yeah, it's gonna come for that order block to touch it, and then the buys start from that level. So now we don't need this, we don't need that. Delete everything right there. Delete this, delete that, because we need buys. So go to weekly, we need sells, but then daily we need buys. So we'll start with a buy, then we come in later with a sell. So go to H4. H4 has started as a sell candle, the new H4 candle that has just started about 25 minutes ago. H1 we need to sell. Now I need a confirmation of 115. Not really, I have no confirmation of it, even though I see prices above is below my 10 MA to start to sell this asset. Yeah, I should enter sales. Yeah, why not? This is J25. It's a heavy one, so please use use a risk tolerance that you can, that matches with your account. The reason I'm entering here is I have a confirmation here, prices below my 10 MA, but also I have this one here, price reacting to that retracement level of CCI. So, and also H1 showing me that I need to continue selling. So that's why I've entered. The other thing would be this is the other reason. Let me get it right according to M15. Get it right according to M15. So this would be the other reason right here. Low high, then prays around here, and then gives us a low, goes for a high. Now it's gonna come down for a low. It's gonna come for this, and that will be now touching our order block according to H4, and then we come in with our buys. That's what I'll be anticipating. Hopefully it works out. Yeah, so now I've locked in my sales. I'm gonna be taking my profits right here, but I can first take my first TP right here on this level. So either way, if it reaches there, I can move out and call it a day. I don't need it to reach here, but all I need is buys to start from this level. I need buys to come in from here later. So that's the anticipation today. That's the anticipation today. So for now, my sales have locked in. All right, that is enough on J25. Let's go to J10. We have about 2 minutes. We still have one more asset, gold. So J10, this happened just like we had anticipated, but the buy continued. Let's see, did we make any entries on J10 on Thursday? Yeah, so let's look at J10 Thursday. So Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday. So we never entered on Thursday any entries. We needed this breakout, pull back, then continue with buys, and it happened. Breakout, pull back, then the buys will happen like here, from here. So this you can delete it. All right, take out the history. Price has reacted to that support resistance, which is now a support right there. H4 should be looking for buys, sales should be looking for sales, but it cannot just sell like that. You can see we are reacting to that support level, and there's a rejection there, so it means buys are coming in, but H1 is not ready to give us buys. M15 is also not ready. Why? Because it has just given us a change of character right here, so it means there's gonna be a pullback. So once that comes, H1 will be oversold, and then we can come in with clean buys from there to take us all the way back up there. So now it's a matter of being patient for the move that is going to confirm the buys right here. Right here. All right, so for now, no business with J10. Let's go for gold, and we call it a day. So gold has been a messy one, but we've been following it up closely, and we've made a lot of money with it. Yeah, and gold, oh, I forgot to write J10, so let's go to gold. This was the analysis. Let's first start with H4. So H4, this was the analysis. We saw this, and I had already seen that order block, that fair value gap, and I told you price has to come there, grab that liquidity, and then get into sales. So it grabbed this liquidity on when was this? Okay, this would be Friday. So this would be Friday, because we don't have Sunday and Saturday with gold. So this would be Friday. So Thursday, gold went right there, up there to grab liquidity. That was 50% of this fair value gap. If you can go to H4 and see it, that is 50%. Went all the way to 50% of it, grabbed liquidity, and then that's when the sales started. Yeah, although it first took some time to actually come through a matured move of sales. Okay, first prayed around there. I was in floating loss for I think the whole of Saturday. The Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday we closed when I was the market closed when I was in the loss. But then today morning, you can see it came and started to go in profits, and now I'm in some huge profits, as you can see, all the way from this was my entry. Of course, on Friday, I made some sales there that I took profits right there. You can see those. I closed some, but then I left one entry there in. Thursday we did not make an entry because this is Thursday, this is Friday. So Thursday I did not make any entries, but Friday I had those TPs taken with sales, and then I left one entry right there, which is still the one running as we speak. So we are in profits, but I'm seeing a pullback. This pullback can look for this liquidity right here. It can easily look for that. So what I'm going to do here is I think I'm going to close my profits for now, because remember, it has to come for this fair value gap, to grab this liquidity on this fair value gap before the buys can come in again. So this was the anticipation. This was, look at these, first delete these two so that you can look at this. This was the anticipation. Grab liquidity there, then get into sell, grab liquidity on this fair value gap, then come back in the buys to take us all the way up there. Why? Because we have a weak high up there. It has to continue with the buys. That's what we need. Buys have to continue. Why? Because we have a change of character here according to H4, so it has to come and grab liquidity right here, and then we get back into the buys to continue with an uptrend, because according to daily time frame we are in an uptrend. So having said all this, what are we going to do? Can I close my entry? I think I can. Let me go to M15. I think I have to close here my entry and wait for the pullback here. So let's close this and take our profits right there. So that was the move right there. I've decided to close from here because I've seen, according to M15, it's likely to first give us a pullback. To that fair value gap, to right here, before it continues with a sell to come to grab the liquidity all the way in here, all the way here. So that's likely what is going to happen. So now I can delete this. It's no longer necessary. Delete that. This move has happened already, so we are waiting for this. Is the one that we are on, then we can come in with this later. All right, so enough of that. Can I enter some buys? Not confirmed yet, but we are likely to enter that buy. There's a strong high here, so price can actually react to that and then get back in the sell, so this can be this from there. So come to M15, this can actually be like that right there and pull us back into the sells. So if I go to M5, I think we are going to see some sort of heads and shoulder according to M5. So all I need is price to react here, then I can enter buys from here to there. All right, that's it on gold. That's what I'm going to anticipate. Why? Because this is going to be my neckline right here. This is going to be my neckline. But if it breaks this level and continues down, then I have no business with gold. I've already moved out of sales. I can't enter unless if I see a retest on this H1 order block, on this H1 support. I mean, if it breaks it and retests, then I can enter. But till then, no business with it. I'm anticipating price to come back to this level to give us a right shoulder, and then we come in with the buys to take us all the way up there. All right, that is it on gold. That is it on gold. Remember the general trend according to H1 and H4, we are looking for sales, but according to daily, we'll be looking for buys once the liquidity is grabbed on this fair value gap according to H4 right here. Then we get into the buys later. All right, let's do the recap and we call it a day. So we started with crash 500. We have a breakout here. It might be a fake breakout, so price can easily go back in the buys. Let's go to M5. Yes, let's wait for another spike on M1. Then we can come in with our buys. But if it breaks this level there, then the buy is off. You are looking for the sell. But if it does react before even I finish, it has done it. It has spiked. So all we need is a buy from here to take us all the way back there. So can I enter now? Not yet. There's another spike coming. But we know that we are going to be entering if price fails to break this level, this order block on M5. If price fails to break it on M5, then we are coming in with a buy to take us all the way up there. So be ready for that. Boom, 1,000. We needed a pullback there, then we can enter buys. And actually it has happened. The pullback that we were talking about, according to, that level there, it has reached it. And now we are overbought, I mean. So I think we can now enter, but price is still above our 10 MA, so I'm still hesitant. I can't just enter like that. I just can't enter like that. Yeah, I will wait. Price is still far away from the 10 MA on M15, so I will just keep waiting. Yeah, boom, 500, pull back there, sell. As it happened, sort of, but still consolidating, so no business with it, even though we know this sell is likely to come through, and then we get into the buy later, because buys are the general trend according to H1, I believe. So yeah, our V25S, you can see the target has been, the level that we talked about has almost reached. So if you entered with me on this short buy on V25S, anytime from now is gonna hit our TP there. Let's wait for it. Come on, hit it and we move out. Yeah, I hope Felix you entered, because that was a good one. Like I told you, the reason why I had to enter it. Yeah, so just break even and it is hit. Come on, these guys have failed to close my thing. So let me move out of it. It has already hit the level, but the guys have failed to close it, so they may not close it now. So let me out. So our TP has been hit there. Like I told you, I wanted to go for that first TP, but now I can't just say it's going to break it now. so it can even first react back before it can break this to go for the second TP, which is that level. But our first TP right here has been hit, so congrats to everyone that made that entry of V25S. All right, I think we are ready for the buy on V75. Are we ready? I think we are. Yeah, there's that rejection there. Price is not be above our 10 MA yet, but I think if it goes above our 10 MA on M1, then we have our entry. Then we will have our entry, so we can wait for that. But from what I've seen, we are coming in with our short buy here to take our profits right there. This is on V75, so let's wait for this. J50, this is a, I think I told you this is a no-go. If we don't see a reversal signal, we have to wait for a reversal signal either on M5 or on M15, then we can come in with this kind of a sell to grab liquidity on this fair value gap, and then come in again with a buy to reach that level, and then sell later according to the daily time frame. So you need to know all this. So for now we need a sell, but we don't have a confirmation. Why? Because this is a break of structure on M15, so we need a pullback to give us a confirmation of this kind of a sell. Yeah, we need that. That's what we need. So till then, no business with this asset. J25, alright, we are in profits also. Just like I told you, J25, we are in profits also. And remember, J25 is a big one, so just a small distance like that, you're in huge profits depending on the lot size you're using. So price is below our 10 MA, it's a good thing. Our stop loss is there. Don't forget to trail your stop loss if you get into some good profits. Yeah, all right. Or if you hit your target, don't still be greedy to look for a lot of money. If you hit your target, your daily target, 10% is what I always advised. If you hit your 10% of your capital as a profit, move out. Don't, even though you know it's still going, don't be enticed to keep in, and then later on there comes like a retest and it takes what you've already earned what it has already given you. I've always told the guys on VIP, don't always allow the market to take what it has already provided you with. So don't risk it, unless if you have not hit your target and you're still looking for your target. But even though you know that you can enter here, take like 50% of your target, and then look for another asset to hit your target with the rest of the 50% remaining. So you don't have to keep on one trade to look for the whole of your target. You can take what it has given you and then close, wait for another trade to come through, probably on J10, and take also that and hit your target like that. That is how you trade. You don't have to force the market on J25 or on one asset to give you the whole of your target. All right, so we are still selling that J10. We need a pullback here, then we can enter sales. So before it does that, I have no business. But if it breaks out here, I may not enter it. If it breaks this level right now, I may not enter it because I need a pullback. Yeah. Lastly is gold. Yeah, I need it to reach here, then I can anticipate a sell. Remember, I told you this is likely to be our inverted heads and shoulder kind of move that we are going to be taking advantage of. So that's what I'll be anticipating. So I need it to reach here, then I can come in with my buys. So let's wait and see what is going to happen there. Ladies and gentlemen, that was today's analysis. I hope you had a great time with me. See you tomorrow same time. Remember that those who are not yet on VIP, you can still register and subscribe for the VIP, but also those who haven't registered yet for the for the August class, you can start to subscribe to register for the September class. Otherwise, let me wish you guys a good day. See you tomorrow same time, 10:30 to 11:30.